Okay, let's unpack this. We've uh, we've all been hearing so much about AI and jobs, right? These conversations are everywhere.
Absolutely everywhere.
But what feels really immediate and maybe isn't getting enough focus is the direct hit on entry-level roles. It's turning everything upside down for people just starting out.
That's a key point.
So today, we're doing a deep dive right into that disruption. We'll look at the tough realities, particularly for new entrants in the job market. And then, importantly, we'll explore a really specific response to this shift. It's a model for digital wealth creation. The idea is to turn this challenge into, well, an opportunity.
Exactly. And for this, we're drawing from a key source, excerpts from AI job disruption and digital wealth creation. It's interesting because it puts these stark warnings, the kind you see from Bloomberg intelligence reports, right alongside a really detailed look at how EON WealthWeaver is trying to tackle this.
Right. So our mission today really is to give you a clear picture of what's happening now with AI and jobs, and then introduce this different perspective on navigating what's next.
Yeah.
What could this actually mean for you? Let's dig in. To really get a handle on the urgency, we need to start with what the source calls the Bloomberg reality. It's not just like a forecast, right?
Yeah.
It's showing what's happening on the ground. What's the most striking piece of evidence for you that makes this feel immediate?
I think it's the sheer speed and the scale of it. The Bloomberg coverage from 2025, pulling from market intelligence, basically says AI is replacing humans, and it's happening, fast. They're talking hundreds of thousands of jobs potentially going, especially in those big sectors, banking, tech, retail.
Oh.
And it's not just, factory floors. There's a real significant threat to white-collar jobs, especially in major U.S. cities. That feels different.
Hundreds of thousands. That's a massive figure. And it's not just the number, is it? It's also about who is getting hit hardest.
Exactly. You look at new college grads, the source says they're facing the toughest job market in years, maybe decades. Bloomberg specifically notes that junior tech positions down 36% since 2020. That's a huge plunge.
36%.
Yeah. And it's because employers are shifting. They want more experience, or they're investing in AI tools instead. So the class of 2025, for example, they're described as being locked out.
Locked out. That's stark.
It really is. Automation, economic jitters. It's a tough mix for them.
And these aren't just projections anymore. The source gives actual examples, right?
Right.
Companies making these cuts now.
Oh, absolutely. Real layoff numbers. Think Microsoft, IBM, Meta. They've already cut tens of thousands of jobs combined. And in some cases, entire departments, HR, data entry, even software engineering roles, sales, content writing are being handed over to AI.
Entire departments?
Yeah. Imagine getting that memo your team's work is now done by software. It's happening.
You can almost feel the pressure cooker effect just hearing that. What about the ripple effects on wages, on mobility?
Well, the immediate thing is wage pressure. It's rising.
Yeah.
And frankly, it's hitting social mobility hard. Fewer entry-level jobs means shrinking pay expectations right at the start, that first rung on the ladder. It's getting harder to reach.
Right.
And you see this reflected in attitudes. Like Gen Zers in the U.S. are starting to seriously question if a college degree is worth the debt, given how hard it is to land those jobs it used to promise.
That's a fundamental shift in thinking.
It is. Plus, we're seeing hiring freezes becoming more common, big shifts in industries. Hiring for those roles most vulnerable to AI, down by as much as 50% in some areas. And it's even hitting jobs we thought were safer, market research analysts, retail managers. The pressure is broadening. It really feels like a restructuring.
So if I'm hearing this right, it's not just a matter of learn new skills anymore. Is the core issue that the traditional jobs themselves are just disappearing in some areas?
Yeah, that's exactly it. The challenge isn't some abstract future thing. It's here, now. Millions are affected. Job openings are down. Younger workers are getting stuck. Employers are pouring money into AI infrastructure, not necessarily new hires. So yeah, telling someone to just upskill kind of misses the point if the jobs they're upskilling for aren't there in the same numbers. It's becoming less about finding a job and more about whether the job even exists.
Okay, that paints a pretty sobering picture for anyone trying to build a career or just get started. But here's where the source really shifts gears, which is interesting. It doesn't just leave us with a problem. It introduces EON WealthWeaver as a direct response, like a counter move to this Bloomberg moment.
Right.
Is it presented as like a genuine solution, do you think, or is it more about helping people cope?
What's fascinating is how it's framed. Not just coping, but actually flipping the script. The whole philosophy is about shifting from job seeker to wealth creator. So instead of fighting for fewer and fewer jobs, the idea is to empower people to build and monetize their own digital assets, things that can earn income around the clock.
Wealth creator, not job seeker.
Exactly. It's about owning digital property, using AI yourself for income, not just being replaced by it.
Okay, so building your own thing. Is this limited geographically or is it broader?
According to the source, it's designed to be global. EON apparently has this massive existing user base, over 136 million users. So the system aims to let pretty much anyone, anywhere, join in on what they call this next wave of intelligent entrepreneurship. It opens things up worldwide.
That sounds ambitious, shifting the whole paradigm. But okay, let's get practical. For someone who's maybe not super technical or just used to the traditional job hunt, how does this actually work? What are the tools, the specifics?
Right. The how is crucial. And they have some specific features. One big one is no-code digital asset creation. The idea here is it democratizes things. You don't need to be a coding expert to build valuable AI solutions.
No code. So accessible.
Yeah, it lowers that barrier significantly. It allows people, maybe without that deep tech background, to actually create something that has market value. Turns you from just a tech user into a tech producer.
Okay, what else?
Then there's something they call the Unicorn Replication Protocol, which sounds fancy, but
it does.
the core idea is analyzing the DNA of really successful billion-dollar AI companies, those unicorns. EON essentially tries to extract their key strategies, their growth blueprints, and make those insights usable for individual entrepreneurs. It's like getting a playbook, especially helpful maybe in emerging markets.
So learning from the best, essentially, and applying it. But knowing what to do is one thing. Doing it is another. What about support? Building a venture is hard.
Absolutely. And they seem to address that. There's a 6-month intensive AI venture entrepreneur school. It's described as more than just lessons. It's like a full program. It takes you from learning the basics right through to actually launching your digital asset.
Okay.
Includes tools, mentorship, help with market access, the whole package. And critically, they have a true revenue sharing model. Creators keep 80% of the revenue.
80%. That's high.
It is. The idea is to make it sustainable, allow for real, scalable, personal wealth building. It incentivizes creation.
And what about the practical headaches? Like selling this thing globally, dealing with different rules, getting paid. That stops a lot of people.
That's another piece they apparently handle, an automatic global marketplace. So EON takes care of the distribution, the compliance in different countries, the payment processing, all that back-end stuff, which frees up the creator to just focus on building the best possible digital asset, on the innovation part. And what's really interesting, is seeing how each of these features seems intentionally designed to tackle one of those pain points that the Bloomberg stuff highlights. It's like they read the problem list and built responses.
Yeah, it really reframes it. Less victim of disruption, more architect of my own solution. So why does the source present this as the real solution, not just a coping strategy? What's the bigger picture here?
Well, connecting it back to that Bloomberg crisis, it's about offering a fundamentally different path. Bloomberg highlights fear, job loss. EON's narrative is about empowerment, creating new wealth. It's a direct contrast. Instead of just reacting to fewer jobs, it's about proactively building something new.
A pro-actor stance.
Exactly. And it's about future-proofing people, as the source puts it, moving beyond relying on jobs that might disappear, equipping individuals to actually own and profit from digital property in this AI era. You're not just an employee, you're an owner, an asset builder.
Owning a piece of the digital future, basically.
Precisely. And importantly, it's presented as scalable and inclusive, not just for, Silicon Valley types or coding geniuses. The message is that it's open to anyone willing to learn and build with the support system in place. It really tries to shift the whole paradigm for individuals facing this AI-driven economy, from passive job seeker to active wealth creator.
Wow. What a contrast we've covered today. On one hand, the stark, undeniable job disruption, the Bloomberg reality hitting entry-level roles hard, and then this completely different narrative from EON WealthWeaver, proactive, entrepreneurial, focused on empowering individuals to build digital wealth instead.
It really does capture that closing thought from the source material, doesn't it? As Bloomberg and the world spotlight the very real pain of today's AI-driven upheaval, EON WealthWeaver stands as proof that the future doesn't just threaten, it beckons.
It beckons. I like that. So maybe the question for you, listening, is how might you start rethinking your own relationship with work, with wealth creation, in a world increasingly shaped by AI? Beyond just looking for traditional job openings, what other opportunities might actually be beckoning for you. Perhaps the future isn't just something we brace for, but something we can actively help create. Lots to think about there.